All right, Math 1, the agenda is on the sideboard. Today, I'm going to quickly go over the warm-up. You should be finished with that. We need to make sure that we write our homework down in our planner. Tonight, we're going to study equations. Please make sure that you go over equations. I am going to make a homework help video in tutoring today, so the help video might not go out until 4 after tutoring is over. Okay, so watch the help video. If you need help with last night's homework and tonight's homework, please watch the homework help video. Please also study. Last night we studied, what did we study? Expressions. If you didn't study expressions, go back and review expressions, okay? Go back and review expressions, please. All right, because we're going to do a little bit at a time. I don't want to overwhelm us by giving us too much to study at one time. Questions, comments, or concerns? Is there anybody lost with why Miss Reyes is doing what I'm doing right now? Okay, cool beans. All right, we're going to work on word problems today, but I need to finish. We got interrupted by the fire drill, so I need to finish modeling, writing equations in the calculator. Yes, baby. Yes, I can. So my model today, two things. I'm going to finish modeling what I should have went over yesterday, which is how to do exponential functions in the calculator. Okay, and then word problems. Okay, then you're going to work with a partner or with a group on word problems. Questions? Yes, baby.
Can you do tutoring?
Tutoring is today. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Later?
Huh?
Like after school?
Oh, it is after school.
Well, no, not
What are you talking about, baby?
Like a Zoom one.
Oh, not today, though.
Well, I know, not today, but I'm going to have to do that later.
Okay, that's fine. I can do a Zoom one. Yeah, I was confused at what you were saying. But just can't do it today, okay? But I can do one. All right, anybody else? All right, let's take out our planner real quick to write your homework down. Pause for the calls. All right, good folks. Check off if you studied last night. Please check that off. Super important that you study. Miss Reyes, what are you meaning by that? Open up your notebook. The first thing that we did was we did this stuff right here on algebraic expressions. So in the very first quarter, we talked about keywords that mean algebraic expressions. We talked about the different vocabulary words. Please go back over those things. That's what I mean. Okay, last night was expressions. If you didn't do expressions, then do expressions tonight. Tonight, I need you to also make sure you go over how to solve equations. You see these steps? If you have forgotten how to solve equations, go back through the steps. I'm going to try to do the notebook and stuff in order. Go back over inequalities the next day, the following day's inequalities. I'm just going to do a little bit at a time so that you're not overwhelmed. So tonight, I need you to study equations. Make sure that you complete your homework. If you didn't do your homework from last night, please make sure that you complete the homework from last night as well. We have tutoring today after school. If you're staying after school for tutoring, then you need to make sure that your ride has you picked up at least by 4. But our tutoring session is technically over at 3:15, 3:30, somewhere in there. Okay, but the latest for your ride to pick you up is at that 4 o'clock time. Okay, but we do end before that. All right, the next tutoring session is going to be Thursday. Okay, so we have tutoring on Thursday also. If you want to go ahead and prepare yourself for tutoring, make sure your ride is here by 4 p.m. They can come sooner, okay? But they at least need to be here by 4 p.m. We usually finish our session around 3-ish, 3:15-ish, somewhere in there. Okay? All right. Let's look at the warm-up, please. Let's look at the warm-up, please. It says simplify, okay? In order to solve for x, we got to get rid of the square. What's the opposite of squaring a number? Square root. So you're going to square root both sides. You're going to find the square root of x squared and the square root of 196. The square root of x squared is just x. What's the square root of 196? 14. It's plus or minus. Okay. Cube root. We're finding the cube root, bless you, of that fraction. So we're going to do the cube root of 1 and then the cube root of 64. What number can be multiplied times itself 3 times to give me 1? 1. What number can be multiplied times itself 3 times to give me 64? Come on, 4. All right. You're going to do the same thing that we did yesterday. We're going to multiply 4.7 times 1.1 together. And then you're going to multiply 10 to the third times 10 to the sixth together, just like we did on yesterday. Okay? And then bring the answers together. Number 3. Okay, I'm going through these real quickly because you already had time to complete them. I'm just making sure that you are on the right track with how to solve it. Questions, comments, or concerns? All right, we're going to simplify the top. I didn't do one like this, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one. On the top, this is a power of a power. So this is 4, 5 times 2. On the bottom, we're multiplying exponents that have the same base. So you add the exponent. 4 is being multiplied 3 times here. 4 is being multiplied 6 times here. So that's 3 plus 6. On the top, you get 4 to the 10th. On the bottom, you get 4 to the 9th. Now we're going to divide exponents with like bases. You subtract. You get 10 exponent on the top minus the exponent on the bottom. So your answer is going to be 4 to the first power or just 4. Questions? You should have been able to do the others on your own. Any questions, comments, or concerns? If you didn't finish, please take the time to do that. Now I'm going to give you a couple seconds. While those of you that don't have your calculator, please take your calculator out. You need your notebook out as well. I'm going to pause for the calls to give some of us a chance to finish the warm-up. Make sure you take out your notebook, okay? Take out your notebook. All right, let's finish our notes. We didn't get to finish yesterday on page 9. Please take that out. I'll pause for the calls to give you a chance to get this out so we can finish. Okay, so we are going to do exponential regress, just like we did linear regress. That means we're going to be able to type ordered pairs in the calculator from an exponential function, and then the calculator is going to give us the equation for those points, okay? The calculator is going to give us the equation for those points. So that's why here we got the title, exponential reg, okay, or regression, which means that you're going to write an equation for an exponential function. All right, so the first step is to type your values in the calculator. So let's clear our calculator first. Let's do second plus 7, 1, second plus 7. Let's go over to all, 1, 2. Let's clear absolutely everything just in case. Please clear, hold it up so I can see that we have cleared our calculator. I don't want to leave anybody behind. Okay, good deal, good deal, good deal. Very good, Elizabeth. Savannah, you got it? Okay, good, good. Malaysia, good. All right, so now we're going to type the points in the calculator. What keystrokes do I press? What's the first thing I press so that I can type these points in the calculator? I press the stat button. So I'm going to write this first. Let's press stat. We're going to press the stat. After we press the stat, we're going to press enter on edit. So press enter on edit, okay? I'm going to choose that first option, which is to edit or create a list. Please write this down, and then we're gonna do those. We're gonna do those keystrokes. All right, so let's do it. Anybody still writing? Okay, Jemiah, let me know when you finish. Okay, so let's do it. We're gonna press the stat button. Then we're gonna press enter on edit. And we're gonna type in our X values are gonna go under L1. Our Y values are gonna go under L2. So let's do that now. We have -1. Press either enter or press the down arrow to get to the next line. Type in the numbers. I'm going to pause for the calls. All right, so now after we do that, our second step, I'm just going to put the second step. We're going to tell the calculator how to or which type of equation we want it to write. So after this, we're going to go to stat. I'm going to press stat again. Let me not just put stat. Let's put actually what we're doing. We're going to press stat. And I put it in a box because that's the actual button. We're going to go over to calc. Okay. Then we're going to go down to Expo Reg. Okay, Expo Reg is 0. It's really 10 in the calculator, but it's right after 9, and they just put 0. And then we're gonna press enter. Let's get to this step. Let's get to through these steps and stop right there. Okay. I'm gonna pause for the calls, give you a chance to write, and then we're gonna do the steps. This is the same thing that we basically did for lean reg, only we're doing this for exponential reg. All right, so let's see. So we're going to press stat. We're going to go over to calc. And we're going to go down to lean reg. What number is lean reg? 0. And press enter, okay? Hold it up so I can make sure everybody's on the screen. Please don't press anything other than I need to see this. All right, very good, very good, very good. Lila, hold yours up again, babe. Okay, good job. All right, very good. Samaj, very good. All right, Sierra, you got it? Good job, baby. Okay, so now our next step, okay, we're going to tell our calculator where to get those points from. So we're going to type in the L1, remember, comma, L2, comma. Then we did the vars. We went over to what? Y vars. And then we press enter 3 times. Yes, babe. All right, I'm going to pause for the calls. I want you to write so you don't forget, and then we're going to do the steps. All right, here we go. So now we're going to do this. You ready? No. I'm getting ready to do it right now, baby. Mine's stuck. It won't go back up. Then you got to do it again. I told you to wait. I did not say wait, Miranda. I literally told him to wait. All right. Okay. So here we go. How do we press L1? What button we press first? Second, the yellow button, and then number 1. Where's the comma? Where's the comma at? Above 7. How do you press L2? Second 2. Comma above the 7. Where is vars? Right beside clear. Okay, right beside clear. Vars. Then I go over to Y vars. And I press enter how many times? 3. All that's doing is allowing us to put the equation under y equals. This is our equation here. So then what we see on the calculator is this. I'm going to draw a little screen. Draw a little screen. The little screen at the bottom. It's going to say Expo Reg. And you have Y equals A. You got a little star. That's multiplication. B, caret key, X. Okay? And then they tell you that the A is equal to 3 and that your B is equal to 6. So in the calculator, your A is your starting amount, your Y intercept. In the calculator, your B is your common ratio. Any questions? Yes, baby. Okay, let's move to the next. All right, so now this is what I need for you to be able to do. Okay, good folks. I need for you to be able to view a function table. Shh, put your phone on the wall, please. Put your phone on the wall. All right, so I need you to view a function table. How? That's okay. To view function table.
Is this page?
Same page. Yeah, I'm sorry. If you have enough space, this is the last thing that's on page 9. If you have enough space, please write it at the bottom of page 9. I don't have any space. All right, so let's do. What's the keystrokes? How do we view the function table?
Press that.
All right, so let's look at the equation first. You're right, he's right. Press Y equals. The equation should be there. Now, yours probably might not be as long as mine because it's, for whatever reason, it's doing all these little decimal, whatever, blah, 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 which I guess I could fix that, but mode, let's do 0 decimal spaces. Well, I should have did it before. But anyway, look, now, if I want to graph this, what do I press? Graph. Okay, good. Now, there's a curve there. If I need to zoom out, press zoom. And let's zoom out. Oh, I'd rather zoom in because it's already zoomed out enough. Okay, do you see it? If I keep pressing the enter at the bottom, it's going to keep zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. If I want to zoom out, go back to zoom out and press enter on zoom out and zoom out. And then I can keep pressing enter on zoom out. And it'll just keep zooming out. Okay? All right, so now go back to zoom. If I wanted to go back to its standard 10, 10, 10 all the way around, -10 to +10, -10 to +10 on the X, go to standard, Z standard. We'll take it back to this being -10, +10, -10, +10. If I wanted to automatically just go back to its original state. Any questions about that? Shh, Simone, shut up, baby. Anybody? Any questions? Shh. Mason, calm down. Shh. Okay. Bless it. All right, so now let's view the function table. Please listen, super important. Your function table is right here where it says table. So we're going to press second and graph. So you're right. To view this, you press second, graph. This is super important. You're going to be using the table a lot. That's it. All right, so now you can go up as far as you want to. It goes on forever. Miss Reyes, what's the E for? The E means there's not enough space to write that number, so they wrote it in scientific notation. So when you see something like this, you don't have to write this part, but if you see 2e to the negative 9 power, this is the same as saying 2 times 10 to the negative 9. What's the real number for that? The real number is a very small number. It's 9 places to the left because the number is small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how small this number is. If it's a positive exponent, then you would go 9 this way. That's how large the number is. So the E is always going to be times 10. The number after the E is the exponent. Okay? All right, so now let's go back to the table. Okay, I can go this way as far as I want. All right, if I want to adjust my table, if I only want to look for certain values, okay, this is where you get lost, Mason. Let's make sure that we do this right. Let's do this together. Okay. So you're going to press the second button and window. If I want to start at 5, I can press 5. I want my X's to start at 5. And I want to go up. Samaj, I want to go up by 2. So I'm put 2 here. Start at 5, go up by 2. Now I'm going to view my function table. Second graph. So do you see my X values? Start at 5 and it's going up by 2s. You go back to the table, second graph. This is what happened. Let me pause this real quick. I got it. All right, so let me do that one more time. You go to second window. This is how you adjust the function table. Let's suppose I want to start at a different number. Start at 10. And I want it to go up by 3s from there. So right here, this delta means change. It means the increments I wanted to go up by. So let's suppose I want to go up by 3. So I put 3 there. Whatever I wanted to go up by, that's the number I put there. So now I'm going to press second graph. And so now I view my function table. My X's started at 10 and I went up by 3s. You can adjust it however you want. Got it? All right, go back to table setup. Let's suppose that I'm trying to find answers for a variety of different numbers. So I want to type in my own X values. So I'm going to go down here to independent. This is my X. This is saying that I want the calculator to do it. Go over to X. This is saying I want to type in my X values. I want to type in my own X values. Like if I have a function table that I need answers for, this is what I would do. So now I'm going to go to second graph and I can type in my X values. Let's suppose my function table was asking for what is the value when X is equal to 9? Type in 9 and enter. What is the value when X is 2? 2, enter. What is the value when X is negative 3? What is the value when X is 6? And so on and so forth. Yes, baby. Second graph again. Okay. That's okay. And you type in your X values here. Any questions? I just typed in random numbers, but it is 9. Got it? All right, go back to your function table, second window. And this is the thing. Never, ever, ever do X for your Y. Because listen, that means you're typing in your own answers. What's the purpose of doing the calculator if you got to type in the answer? So that's why this is never going to go to X. It's always going to stay on auto. Any questions? All right, I'm going to put this back. Press enter. I'm going to press it, put it back on auto. I'm going to put this back on 0. And I'm going to put this back going up by 1s. And then second table. Okay? Any questions? Second graph. All right, there's a little half sheet that I gave you. The half sheet looks like this. We're going to paste this on page 10. This is exponential word problems.
What does the half sheet look like?
This is what I gave you earlier. Did you get what's one on the table if I missed your table? Q3, page 10. Exponential word problems. I'm going to model how to answer these word problems, and you're going to do the others on your own. Yeah, that's okay.
This half sheet.
Yep. All right, here we go. We're gonna paste this in our notebook when we're done. I'm gonna try to zoom in. Exponential word problems. Jesus, take the wheel. All right, here we go. Let's try it. It says the first word problem. The first year of charity walk event had an attendance of 500. The attendance increased. I'm underlining keywords. It increased 5%. When numbers increase 5% or a common ratio, that is an exponential function. The fact that it increases, that means it's going to be exponential growth. Any questions about that? They have given you a percent. Sit up, Samaj. Come on, baby. They have given you. Are you tired? What? You didn't get no sleep last night? Lord have mercy. What, you playing the game? Oh gosh.
That's why my homework wasn't done. I fell asleep.
Okay, nobody. You got a conversation about everything.
I know because I like talking.
Oh, I know it. Jesus. All right, exponential growth. How again? Focus. How again do we know this is exponential growth? Because it says increases by 5%. So we're going to use the exponential growth formula. The exponential growth formula is y is equal to c parentheses 1 plus r to the x or t power. Sometimes you'll see t, sometimes you'll see x. They have the same meaning. Okay. All right. So how then do we write this equation? What's going to be my c in this problem? 500. That's the starting amount. The other letter that's missing is R. What's going to be my R here? How do you write 5% as a decimal? Very good. You go 5%, move the decimal over 2 times to the left. So this is 0.05. So now, how would I take those numbers and substitute it into the equation? Y equals 500, he said. Go ahead. Parentheses, 1 plus 0.05. To the what power? To the x power. That's the equation. That's how you do A. Any questions about that? Let's read B. Anybody still writing A before I answer B? Okay, let me pause. Okay, so now B is saying, how many people are in attendance in the 10th year? How are we going to figure out what it's going to be in the 10th year? What do you think we need to do? All right, substitute X for 10. X is years, and it's going to be 10. Okay? So we're going to substitute 10 in for X. So this is going to be Y is equal to the 500 parentheses 1.05 to the 10th power. And let's see what this is equal to. This is going to be our answer. We're going to type this in our calculator. I'm going to give you a chance to write it, and then we're going to type it. Second mode will take you back to the main screen. and we're gonna type this in. We have 500. We have times or parentheses 1.05, caret key 10. You okay, baby? Press enter. How many people is that?
About 800.
800, about 800 what? 14. We can't have part of a person, so we're just going to keep it at 814.
Wait, so what if you did have part of it?
That's nice. All right. Number 10. Shh. Any questions? No, that's still a person. I don't know why y'all are so mean like that. Just because somebody is missing a body part, that does not mean that they're part of a person. That is inhumane. They are still a person.
I'm talking about, like, if you don't bring them, if you bring, like...
They are still a person. They count. Okay? All right, number 10. The population of a small town was 3,600 in 2005. The population increased 4% annually. What type of function is this?
Exponential growth.
It's growth. How do you know it's growth?
It increases by 4%.
Because it's increasing by a percent. If it decreases by a percent, it's decay. If it increases by a percent or common ratio, then that is what? Very good. All right, so the formula that we're using is going to be y is equal to c parentheses 1 plus r to the x or t power. See if you can write the equation on your own. Okay, Father. All right, what did we get as the equation? Elizabeth, what did you get? Huh? For the equation. Y is equal to, what's going to be your C? Anybody? Very good, baby. Parentheses 1 plus 0.0 what? To the x power. Good job. All right. See if you can figure out what B is. Okay, let's see what you come up with. So now we need to know the population in 2025. Okay, what was the starting year? 2005. That's your starting year. How many years is it between 2005 and 2025? 20. So X is equal to 20. Okay? And how did I figure that out? Because I said 2025 minus 2005. That gives you 20 years. So I'm going to substitute 20 in the place of X. So I have Y is equal to 3,600. 1 point what? To the what power? 20th. So let's see what that is. So we got 3,600 times 1.04 caret key 20. Let me change this mode back to float. All right. So this is what we get, and we're talking about people. So we got about 7,888 people. All right, any questions? Okay, so finish the rest of it on your own. Okay, finish the rest of it on your own.